Greetings, this is Sister Rebecca, aka Holly Hood, and today's presentation is Black folks, really rich Black folks who don't rap, act, or dunk. And I'm making this a priority in terms of I'm pointing it out because so many young people are interested in stepping up their paper game, and they're very limited into as to how they can do that. They think that the only way they can become very wealthy and successful and have the things that they see in videos is to either play a sport or make a record or get into the entertainment business as an actor or what have you. And I'm going to show you some really wealthy Black folks who made it without any of those things. But first, I want to just give you a little rundown on my personal principles for financial success. It's for starters, it's more about mastering the mental game of money than it is about the mastering of the numbers. The math is very simple. If you control your spending habits and your emotions, then you've really got the total gist of the game. The road to wealth is paved with goals. Without any financial goals, you really have no direction. So it's easy to spend money on things that you're going to regret later. To build wealth, you've got to spend less than you earn. So you really need to check out Successful Personal Finance and what it is. It's about all building positive cash flow. And saving must be a priority. Before you pay your bills, you buy your groceries, or do anything else, you should set aside some money for savings. Start small. You can save as little as $20 a month, and then you can increase it over time. Small amounts do matter. Your everyday habits have a huge impact on your financial success. So if you have a habit of buying every new sneaker that comes out, well, you're going to be broke and you're not going to be able to save anything because you're going to save only for those sneakers. And then once you have them, you're going to be broke. You also want to you want to spend less than you earn. So you don't want to overspend. That's the biggest problem that many people have who do not put money away for a rainy day. It's because they've spent it all, wasting it on things that they really can't afford. Okay, slow and steady is how you win the race. Most successful folks, especially these that I'm going to show you, they worked longest and hardest at the things that they actually love to do. I've written 30 books because I love to write. I do these videos aside from the spiritual context in which I believe that it is something that the Lord wants me to do in terms of educating people. I actually enjoy doing them. I enjoy them from the actual creative process all the way down to reading your comments and providing my replies to them. So trust and believe that you have to love what you do, or you're not going to put as much time and energy and effort into it. Um, there are many people who they don't get their finances in order because they don't know what the first step is. Don't worry about getting things in the exact order. Just choose an option and then get started. So you have to start anything. I remember Famous Amos. He was the great cookie maker, and he said that the hardest thing for people to do in terms of success is to start, is to begin. Nobody is going to care about your money more than you do. So you have to put that as your priority, because other people are not going to, the only concern they're going to have is how they can get some of it, especially when you start getting any. So keep that in mind. Everybody's different. There's no one right way to save, invest, or pay off debt. So you can talk to people, get advice, but remember, until you actually experience it, you're not going to find out the method that works the best for you. And of course, action beats no action any day. So you have to actually put forth the effort. And then, the final thing I want to say before we get into the clip is that it's more important to be happy than it is to be rich. So don't be obsessed with money. It's not going to buy you happiness. Believe me, I've been there and I have truly done it. And I even have the t-shirt. I mean, I was very, very wealthy and I was not happy. I'm happier now, and I'm not broke. I'm not going to lie. I'm not broke, but I'm not wealthy. But I have more happiness just enjoying the my family and being able to eat every day and having a roof over my head. That there is a contentment in that more so than in having a lot of money and having a lot of yes people around you that just simply want to do whatever it is that you require because you're lining their pockets with money, and they don't truly love you. They love your money. And the minute you lose it, you will find that to be true. Okay, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you the link to get my book, Hustling 101, if you need ideas as to how to get your hustle on. But now we're going to jump into the video, and I want to thank you. Thank you so much. And as always, God bless you.
Thinks the richest human being who's ever lived, and more than that, how much you think he might have been worth? Well, a rich list, or compiled by an American website, has some very interesting answers.
Ever seen this man? No? Well, you're not alone. But what if we told you he is the richest human being ever in all of recorded human history? And his fortune? Wait for it. $400 billion. Yes, you heard that right. This is Mansa Musa I. Mansa, who lived in the 1300s and ruled West Africa's Mali, tops the list of 25 richest people of all time, brought out by the Celebrity Net Worth website. The list uses the annual 2,199.6% rate of inflation to adjust historic fortunes. This means that $100 million in 1913 would be equal to roughly $3.7 billion today. Interestingly, the list, which is meant to compile the top 25 richest people of all time, lists the top 26, the 26th being American Warren Buffett with a net worth of $64 billion. But there's some interesting highlights in this list. Firstly, there are no women on the list. 14 out of the top 25 are American nationals. All the people on the list are either aristocrats or kings. Carlos Slim, the current richest person in the world, isn't even in the top 20, coming in at 22nd place with $68 billion. There is, however, an Indian presence on the list, with Mir Osman Ali Khan, the last ruler of Hyderabad, who died in 1967, coming in at 6th spot, with a fortune of $236 billion. One can only hope, though, that that is not the last time ever an Indian figures in this list. Bureau Report, News X.
Mama Ngina Kenyatta and Manu Chandaria are the only two Kenyans who have made it to the list of Africa's $55 billionaires.
Now, the list that has only 3 women is the first of its kind, published by the respected Ventures magazine, and according to it, there are more billionaires in the continent, contrary to an earlier report by US financial magazine Forbes.
KTN's Linda Ogutu has the details. $2.6 billion or 221 billion Kenya shillings. That is the average net worth of the members of this exclusive 55-member club. The combined fortune of the men and women in this list is estimated at $143.8 billion or 12.7 trillion Kenya shillings. Only 3 women made it to this list: Folorunsho Alakija, a Nigerian fashion designer and oil tycoon; Isabel Dos Santos, an Angolan investor and the daughter of Angolan president; and Mama Ngina Kenyatta, widow of Kenya's first president and the mother of President Uhuru Kenyatta. The richest woman is Nigeria's Folorunsho Alakija, who made her $7.3 billion or about 620 billion Kenya shillings fortune, mainly in the country's oil industry. Alakija is the continent's richest woman, placed 4th in the list after Aliko Dangote, Farrah Gray and Mike Adenuga. The oldest billionaires are Kenyan industrialist Manu Chandaria and Egyptian property tycoon Mohammed Al Fayed, both aged 84. The youngest billionaires are Mohamed Dewji of Tanzania and Igo Sanomi, a Nigerian oil trader. They are both 38 years old. And the the richest man in the continent, according to Ventures magazine, is Nigeria's Aliko Dangote, with an estimated personal fortune of more than $20 billion or 1.7 trillion Kenya shillings. Farrah Gray, the publicity-shy South African financier, is the second richest with assets worth at least $8.5 billion. The third is Mike Adenuga, a Nigerian involved in the oil and telecom industry, who has an estimated fortune of $8 billion, according to Ventures. Of the 55, 20 are Nigerian, including several oil barons, while South Africa boasts of 9 and Egypt 8 members. Most of the super rich live in Nigeria and South Africa. If the report is anything to go by, then Africa is home to far more billionaires than previously thought. Linda Ogutu, KTN Prime.
We're just talking about that. 1.2 trillion shillings is our national budget.
One could fund the entire budget.
Indeed.
With their wealth.
And we're glad Aliko Dangote is actually investing in Kenya, so that's a good thing.
Good evening. Whether in sports or in the world of business, what makes a winner is dedication, ingenuity, and the drive to succeed.
And believe me, this young man, emphasis on young, possesses all those qualities, and he puts them to work in a way you won't believe. Get ready to meet the force of nature, trumpet honoree Dr. Farrah Gray.
The amazing story of Dr. Farrah Gray inspires the youth to embrace their self-worth and literally serve as their own role model.
Growing up on the south side of Chicago in the projects, it was a raw reality of what poverty is. When I woke up, my mom was up. When I went to sleep, my mom was up, working hard. So I said, the least I can do is make something of myself and ultimately help my community.
The young tycoon in training started knocking on doors with cardboard business cards.
I created a club called Unique, which was the urban neighborhood economic enterprise club.
Out of the club came a breakfast food company, his grandmother serving as the mother of his invention.
She gave me the basics on how to make syrup, and I took it to the next level and did over 1.5 million in sales, and then flipped that company and then sold it for over $1 million.
After making his first million at 14, what could Farrah do for an encore? How about becoming the youngest person ever with headquarters on Wall Street, hosting on a nationally syndicated TV broadcast, producing a review on the Las Vegas Strip?
I have the Farrah Gray Foundation, where I give a percentage of my personal income to inner city and after school literacy programs, because I think it's so important to give back.
Dr. Farrah Gray, living proof that a child shall lead them. The Trumpet Award for Young Entrepreneur to Dr. Farrah Gray is presented by AT&T.
Thank you. Thank you. First and foremost, giving honor to God. Amen to that, yes. And his manifest glory in my life. I also want to thank his co-creators of me, my father, who I know is looking down from heaven and smiling. Also, my mama. Yes. Thank you, mama. And to the visionista, the founder, Miss Clayton. I believe wholeheartedly that this award to me means more than the Grammys and the Emmys and the others, because Miss Clayton, you've given us a seat at the table. So again, thank you, and as I stand before you as a servant of God, so that no man can accuse me, but God can use me. Thank you very much. God bless.